Miss J, when you type, can you share? Yeah. Everybody's here, ready? Are we live on Facebook? We're live? Oh, Maddie. Anything. Are we live on Facebook? I forgot. I'm sorry. Hey, Lee.
Hey, hey, hey.
One day I'm gonna get it right. Hey guys, welcome to Real Estate Divas. It's Monday. What's going on? Miss Madison Realty of Christie's and
Candace of Group 26 Real Estate.
Kat, your broker Callie with the Remax.
And Shreen with Group 26.
hey, what's going on, Miss J? How you doing today? How was school today? Oh, break time!
Get to enjoy the rest of your summer.
Lucky girl. What's up with you, Sure? How was your weekend?
My weekend was a little bit crazy.
Good crazy or bad crazy? Your hair looks pretty up.
Thank you. It was so my dog passed away.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
When's your dog die?
It's a little white Pomeranian. She was just sick for a couple of days, and we just thought, it was something normal. And yeah, she just didn't wake up the next morning.
Wow.
So, so that happened. But other than that, well, you see, I got my new hairstyle.
Yes. That makes you feel
And-
good.
Yeah, and I kind of just relaxed, show some houses, normal stuff. Yeah.
Sorry to hear about your pet. Like, pets are like people.
Yeah, definitely.
Like when my
family.
grandma lost her pet, we had to get her a pet that looked just like her old pet. Just when she's older. She still calls the previous pet the previous name, but we just let it rock out.
There you go.
So sorry about your pet.
Sorry. Thank you.
Wait, how some people have arrangements for their pets? Did y'all have a ceremony?
So they did a little memorial
See?
thing. Yeah, they did a little memorial thing. So they, my sister actually bought something that has Candy's name, date of birth, and everything. We buried her. So.
That's funny. Your pet name was Candy. My grandma's dog is Cookie.
Oh. Candy and Cookie
Candy
in heaven
and
now.
Cookie. Both
Doggy
of them
heaven.
chilling.
Right.
What's going on, Kat? How's your weekend,
Hey,
boo?
Maddie. I actually had a pretty busy weekend.
Yes, I saw you.
Oh my gosh.
I saw you.
Yes, I had two wedding engagements. A wedding
nice.
shower Saturday, early afternoon. It was so nice. They did the Polo Classic theme.
That's why I
Yes,
said
it
y'all
was
look like
really
Kentucky
nice.
Derby.
Yeah, we had the hats on and everything, bright colors, followed by my cousin's engagement party. She's the one that got proposed to at my 10-year vow renewal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I heard your grandma speaking.
Yes.
And I was like, okay. I'll be watching. I'll be stalking.
You be
and stuff.
watching. So after that was a long day. I had the nerve to schedule showings.
Six
Sunday.
showings?
Yes,
No,
six.
not one, six.
It was 6 clients.
Nice.
Starting at
Damn,
9
woman.
a.m. on Sunday. I was so
9
tired.
a.m.?
9 a.m.
Yeah, I'm about to get the belt. Did you have coffee?
Luckily my first client brought me coffee. So that, because I was definitely running late. I didn't have time to pick up anything, but he did bring me coffee and I rocked out. And out of those clients, I did put an offer for 2.
Nice.
So
Congratulations.
it was worth it. It was
The
worth
kind of
it.
weekends that we like.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. How was your weekend?
My weekend, I definitely did. I think I showed a lot. I showed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I keep saying every Monday, I'm going to take Sunday off. Definitely this Sunday, I'm going to take off. And I did put in a few offers. So hopefully they get accepted. Because we all know how competitive it is with those multis. So I'm just going to pray for the best. How was your
Absolutely.
weekend, Miss Custom
It
Fit?
was good. It was actually my birthday weekend.
What?
Yes, it was.
But yeah, so it was a crazy weekend. To start off, yeah, I've had a few deaths recently, but I actually had an extra one on my birthday. Thank you, and then I found out about another one the day after. Then I was supposed to go away, didn't go away because I basically got an offer that was accepted and went into attorney review. Another one that went under contract all on my birthday. An appraisal that was like the next day. The guy's like, we need to get this appraisal done. So the appraisal was done. And then I had an inspection, it was like nonstop this weekend. So unfortunately, I mean, I celebrated with friends and stuff and like that, but I need to go away. I need a vacation. So it was a lot of ups and downs, but it was good. I'm just thankful, after you get to a certain age, you just stop really caring about all the extra stuff. You just look around you and you just realize how blessed you are. So
Absolutely.
and I celebrate all month. So, turn up.
One of those.
Yeah. I don't believe in birthdays. Definitely not. Yeah, definitely birth month. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Sounds good.
Sound like a hot girl summer. Happy birthday again.
Thank you.
Happy birthday also to our other team member, Jaquana. Her birthday was
same day, Friday.
And shout out
Happy
to
birthday,
Jason.
Jay.
Yes, happy birthday, Jay.
In addition to one of our also teammates, Jason Edwards, his birthday was same day as yours, right?
No, I think it was yesterday.
What's today?
Oh, today's the 12th. I think it was the 11th or the 10th.
Happy birthday, Jason, from your crew.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Jay, Miss Jay, I see you writing. What's going on over there? Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, keep listening.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in.
Let me see what's going on Facebook. Is it Chrome? Facebook is always quiet, but we have our producer Norm is on. Latif, what's going on? My dad, hey dad. Every time my dad comes on, I be all blushing. Hey dad. My auntie Janine and Melvin and Star and Brian. What's going on?
I'm sorry, somebody just wrote.
What
New
they
York
wrote?
Cast Rabbit just wrote. See if Charlemagne can do a cameo.
Charlemagne, you trying to come on the Real Estate Diva show?
Yes, you buying a house or one or two
Exactly.
or three? My goodness. Speaking of buying and selling, you have some really good news not really good news, but some news about someone in a listing, a divorce listing. What's going on?
Yeah, I guess a lot of people, some people kind of know it, especially if you're a fan of hers. You would know the drama that's going on in her life right now. But Miss Wendy Williams was actually a resident of New Jersey in Livingston. And she's selling her home right now. I believe it's on the market for $1.8 million. It's a really beautiful house. It's there you go. You got the pictures up and everything like that. So she split from her husband. So she's going through this little, not little, it's a major divorce. It's very messy out there in the public. Thank God I'm not a celebrity. I ain't going through a divorce either. I can't find a husband. But anyway,
Not yet.
But anyway,
come together and agree on that one.
So yeah, she has her property on the market, and another radio personnel, DJ Envy. I know earlier this year he had his property on the market, and he was also in New Jersey, and his was at $2 million. That I saw.
That was his personal residence?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I'm not
they have a nice
sure.
house.
Yeah, it was
I know
really
he
nice.
does
I'm
a
not
lot
sure
of
if he actually
flips.
sold it yet.
Well, I think even before, because I think he has
He has a few
investments.
Oh, he has
He has an investment property.
Investments,
Yeah, but this property is like $2 million. It was his home.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's sold yet, but from what I saw in the pictures, he did actually move out. But yeah, I hope everything works out with Wendy. I know she's in New York now in some
Probably some fabulous
$1 million.
penthouse.
Yeah, girl, penthouse.
Of course she is.
Yes,
Of
she is.
course she is.
Seems to be living her best life.
She definitely is.
What?
No, go ahead.
No, I don't know if it was true, but wasn't there like a story that she was in a halfway house or something like that?
Well, it wasn't
She
really
talked
a
about that.
halfway house.
What was it?
Yeah, so she was in rehab because she did have like a couple of relapse after she realized what was going on with her husband and him having a baby outside of marriage and all kinds of. I'm all up in Wendy's business.
I see. We like,
You should have got the listing.
I could start a class on Wendy 101. But yeah, she was doing that for a little while over here in, I think it was in New York. She was in New York, and it was like a low key place. It wasn't like a celebrity spot or anything like that. So she was going through that, and then when all the shit hit the fan, then yeah.
well, at least she's living her best life now because she's looking
Right.
good.
She got
she's
booed up.
smiling. Oh, she's booed up.
She got a doctor.
Oh,
Really?
Wendy, if he has a brother,
A
call
young
me.
thing too, right? He's young, isn't he?
No. That was some young kid that she was
Oh, this
running
someone
around
else.
with, like 20 something. But she said she
You
wasn't
know
with him.
all the
I'm
tea.
telling you, I'm all up in her
All the
business.
tea.
Wendy's funny. Wendy's in everybody's business.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
She
true.
Somebody
is.
needs to be in hers, and
That's
I'm
true.
there.
Well, you got it. Look, you got it, girl. You got it, girl.
But
Speaking.
yeah, divorce. Can we talk about divorce clients really quick? Has anyone worked with a divorce client?
I definitely have, and it was sort of bittersweet. We talked about putting the house. Actually, wow! Last September, it's almost a year. Last September, we spoke about putting the house on the market. We officially put the house on the market, I would say, top of the year, and it took a while to close. I would say Memorial Day, because when you're working with divorce, I wouldn't call them divorced couples. I would say divorcees or about to become divorced. You have to keep your balance. You can't like pick a side as a realtor, because like, you know, traditionally if I'm working with a couple, I'll put them in a group text. No group texting, because they are divorcing, so it can
Tempers be
right.
clear.
tempers be flaring. It can create arguments. You know, it's
A lot of confidentiality.
confidentiality, and it's very emotional. Anything can upset either party. So I really learned, I guess, more patience, and I'm trying to think. I wouldn't say consoling, but just really understanding, like, but it is double work now because you have to talk to the wife and talk to the husband, and sometimes again they're not always on the same page.
Right.
But the house did eventually sell, thank
Nice.
goodness.
So you're on the seller side.
I was on both sides, thank God.
Okay.
But the buyer was rough. You know, it's a lot. And then also I had a listing back in March, and it sat for like a month, and we finally got this amazing offer, but the couple didn't agree, so I ended up losing that listing. But I have two new great friends. I mean, they're going through their thing, so hopefully pray they work it out. And it's not easy. It is not easy, because think about going through selling your house. So you have your divorce attorney, they had separate divorce attorneys, they had one real estate attorney, but it was a lot for them. It was a lot. So
Wow. That's what I
not
always say. It's
easy.
cheaper to keep a.
it's cheaper.
That's
It
true.
definitely is.
cheaper to keep
In most
her.
cases.
in most cases.
Most cases.
And then also just think about when you are divorcing and you're selling your home, all the memories
Right.
Yeah.
are in the home. So it was during a holiday, so it was touch, it was go. I had to pretty much let them run the gamut. When they were ready, I was ready. When they stopped, I stopped, because you
Right.
don't want to push, because you know
Right.
it was a learning experience. I see
Yeah.
Jay over there typing. Someone talking about divorce listings over there. Okay, let's get them going.
You want to talk in the mic? It should be.
Money. Oh, don't touch the table. It's so silent.
Hold on, let us figure this out real quick.
How about now, Miss J?
Check it.
That's Miss J, our amazing my amazing niece, let's be clear, okay? And amazing intern, Miss Upward Bound, Miss Tap Dance, Miss Photographer. Hey, baby girl, what's going on in the chat?
So we have one question from Sweet G. This is to Miss Madison. She says, how can I rent to own? Where do I start?
Woo!
Rent to own.
I am not a fan of renting to own for the reason it can be very tricky. So, okay.
Well, really
Not to
quick.
mention, they hardly exist.
That's exactly
It's
what I
not
was
a
about
program.
to say.
It's a contract. It's an agreement between the landlord and the rentee or the leasee. So, say for example, I'm leasing, because most of them are homes, right? For $2,000, that's the base rent. So you have to make a contract of how much you want to put per month additional to your monthly rent towards your down payment to that landlord. So you have your lease and you have your contract for your leasing to own option, and there's a time limit. You have to say, okay, every month I'm going to pay you $100 for a duration of 2 years. And hopefully that will cover the down payment. But if you want to come to Walk-In Wednesdays, we'll get you qualified to buy you house. Have you guys experienced rent to own?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a myth, but they hardly exist. They're either landlords are either wanting to rent for a minimum of a year, or they're looking to sell.
Well, what I normally find, so I do have clients who call about that, and the only way I'm really able to tackle that when it comes to rent and own, I look for properties that are both on the market for rent and that they also want to sell. Because some owners will put it up that way. They say, well, if it sells first, then I'll sell it, or if it rents first, then I'll rent it out. So that is an option for realtors when they're looking, because there's not a lot of rent to own products out there. And like they said, it is a tricky situation because there's a lot of stuff that you have to figure out. And I did do one, and I just really let the attorneys kind of draft the agreement so that they can, figure it out. Because here's the tricky thing. Once, let's say you guys decide on a price of what the home is going to be sold for initially. But by the time you rent it for a year or 2 years, the market has completely changed.
Right. Absolutely.
That's a very sticky situation. I mean, it would be good for the buyer if the market went up and now, you're getting the house at a discount. But what if the market goes down and now, the price that you decided on that you're in contract with is, much higher. The thing that protects you with that is that the seller or the landlord, he can't force you to sell in that situation. But if you're under contract, I believe that the buyer they're the ones who initiate and say, listen, in this contract, we have it, so I'm renting to own, and now is when I want to own. And I think they can force the situation, or they can initiate the situation for the home to be bought at that time.
I haven't been into it that far. How about you, Ms. Custom?
Yeah, I have. I think you made a good point, and that's what I was going to say, Shereen. You have to be really careful with, because you usually have to decide on a contract price when you go into these contracts. And like you said, if the market appreciates, it's great. If not, you just have to make sure that there's a clause in there where you can renegotiate the sales price of the property. I think that's the most important part. And then also, like tweaking, fine-tuning everything. That's basically all. But I don't really do. I've done like maybe 2, and actually, you know what it was? One of them was just like the right of first refusal. So it was like,
wait, explain to them
so
what that is. They probably don't know.
It was basically like if the seller decided to sell, then the tenant basically had the first right to get their offer accepted or whatever, as long as they qualified and there were, things just made sense. But as far as, and then I did, like I said, one rent with option to purchase. But yeah, I stay away from it. You have to really look at what is your reason for wanting to do it. Is it because you want to fix your credit? Is it because you need to save up a down payment? Sometimes you may think that it's going to take you a year, 2 years to qualify for a home, but it may not. And that's why I advise speaking to anyone on the panel, a professional who can kind of help you, like guide you, and because you may not have to do that, the rent to own. So
I totally agree, because there's so many, I won't say so many, but there are programs that we know for down payment assistance. And make sure you come to Walking Wednesday so I can ensure that you don't have to rent to own, because rent is just like a mortgage, if not more these days, especially in Essex County. It's crazy, right?
All over.
What was the next question, Miss J? Can we do electric slide? That's the snake, Maddie. Hold like that. Wait, could you repeat that question?
And
I'm sorry, because it was a lot.
Right.
Okay. I plan on getting my real estate license along with life and casualty insurance license in J as well. What is your advice for aspiring agents?
So they want to know advice for aspiring agents.
To be an agent.
Well,
okay.
and I think it's twofold, because I've been in that situation where I was in finance and I did have my insurance license. I had my property casualty as well as my life and health and my real estate license. I personally think it's a great avenue to gain business and to build like a real strong book of business, because everyone who purchases a home is going to need insurance when you close on a home, and you can do both.
Okay.
The only time, I was asked this question the other day, the only time where you can't do both, and it's not that it's illegal, if you work with like a financial firm, like let's say you already have like your life and health and your securities license and everything like that. If you work for a big firm, I won't name a name, but like the big firms, right? A lot of times they don't want you to have your real estate license, but that's just firm specific.
Your preference?
It's not even it's like
their preference, or
it's their preference.
Okay.
Exactly. So, but it's not illegal. You can have as many licenses as you want, because that's what they are, their licenses. But I think it's perfect, like I said, because you can basically, you can piggyback off of everything. But you just have to disclose. That's very, very important, especially when you are getting paid for, like if you sell a home and then you want to sell them insurance, like you have to disclose the fact that you're getting paid and give them the option.
That was my question.
Yeah.
Can you give insurance on a house
absolutely.
that you are selling?
Absolutely.
But
you just have to disclose. You have to disclose a lot. Yeah. But it's good. I think it's great. If I had the time, I would go back for my licenses, and I probably will later on, but I think it's great. So
with casualty license, do you have to renew every year or 2 years like we do?
I don't even remember. I'm trying to think. Did I take CE? I'd be lying to you. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. It was like 2007, I think I was doing this. So yeah.
I'm glad Ms. Custom Fitted was able to answer casualty question, because I would have had to say, let me get back to you because I am not sure. But if I do have any advice for a first-time agent, I definitely would recommend a school. I'm not going to recommend a school, but the school I went to was School of Real Estate of Weikert. And the reason why I chose that school was because it had different programs, meaning it had a 2-week course, which I took, which is very accelerated. I do not recommend doing that, because over the course of 11 days, all I did was eat, sleep, if I ate, if I showered, because you was studying over and over again. You have like a 2-week course, you have 6 weeks, you have like a duration, like a semester. And I definitely will say, as soon as you pass your pre-licensing exam, immediately take your test. Did you guys know that the test went up to a 77?
In order to pass?
Yes.
Madison likes telling our age. She's asking about continuing ed, and you know how long it's been since we had these licenses. Well, I don't even remember.
I just got mine.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Well, 3 years.
Well, I know Kat. She's probably like, I don't know.
Oh,
what was it before? 70?
70.
Oh, it was.
But
Okay.
it was just 75
Well, you know
this
what?
August.
I I agree with that. It needs to be a little bit tougher because a lot of people are getting into real estate and they really just.
I don't agree with that either.
You don't think so?
No.
I think
like,
people,
woo,
That
I think
test,
people need
the schooling
to-
is just book work.
Yeah.
When you're out in the field, it's a totally
Completely
different
different.
experience.
Theory
Like,
and
and-
practice.
you can't
And
go
you
back
know-
to the book to look and find
No.
something.
None of that stuff.
And
It's just laws. It's
It is,
laws and
right.
It gives
And
an idea
vocab.
and vocab.
Mhm.
You definitely need the vocab, but
And
when
you
you're
know
in
what,
the field,
Sheree?
it's different.
I don't mean to cut you off, and I know people even at 70 that still, you know, so I don't think they need to raise the bar. I think 70 is fine because I think, you know,
Yes.
everyone even at 70 is not going to pass your first time, second time. That's just how it is. So
It's gruesome. And
Yeah.
not only is it 110 questions, it's 120 questions. So they're really trying to buckle down. Take it as soon as you can. That's my
I think
advice.
that's what it is. They're buckling down. A lot of people are getting their real estate license.
Oh, is that
So
what it
maybe-
is?
I guess it was too easy before.
Mhm.
But, you know, as my advice is, even after the schooling, is networking, is talking to other realtors, it's hanging your license with a broker that can educate you and guide you through the process because that's where it counts.
True.
Yeah.
I didn't even think that far. I was just trying to get them to pass the test. but yeah, it's true.
Right.
Find a broker that fits as cat is a broker.
And
Find
as
right.
And I would just say, like, don't get discouraged because I would say 70% of realtors, right, don't close their first deal in like the first couple of months. It takes a lot of
Commitment.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of people come in as part-time realtors, and when you don't have that much time to dedicate to your clients, sometimes it's going to take a little bit longer.
Right.
So if you're starting off, just don't get discouraged if some deals fall apart. I mean, it's all in the learning process. I mean, in order for you to learn, you have to fail because that's when you
Amen.
pay attention.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Agree with that
so
one.
just keep it pushing.
Don't quit your full-time job. I'm telling you, I was doing Uber. I was being
I
the
hear
barmaid.
that. That's what's
Girl,
up.
I was the popping Uber. Like,
I
where you
hear
going?
that.
Could you? Never mind.
Maddie had all the bootleg snacks in the back of her car. Remember what was that, Friday or something like that? He was like, "Baby D, she know about all the bootleg snacks."
Yes, I did Uber, but my Uber,
That's what's up.
I was very strategic. I started at 5, and
Nice.
by 9, I was finished.
I love it.
Made the money for the day, but I started at the airport.
That's
Ooh, that's where you make the money,
you
girl.
Smart.
Make that
She
$200 by
educated.
9 o'clock, and I'm back in the suit. Like, y'all want to buy?
Yeah.
Listen, I have no shame
Yeah.
at all. The
Did you
bills
ever
have
talk to
get
your
paid.
clients and like try to sell them? Because I think that's the perfect networking.
What I
A lot of
did
people
was
say they do that.
I had water bottles in the back with
Nice. Yeah.
my signage. So once they hit that bottle of water, they knew I was a realtor. So I would let
Nice.
them run it instead of like, I'm a realtor, right? Like a realtor who drives the cab. Where you going? But I was black service too, so.
Oh yeah, because you got that nice black car. Yeah.
but
Right.
Yeah.
Let me take some.
make it work. You will make a killing, honey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you.
$300
Girl.
going down the block. Come on the
Girl.
car for the weekend.
Right.
Yeah, you was.
So don't quit your full-time job. What's the next question? 'Cause we didn't get into our stuff.
Actually, isn't a question, it's a story. It's about a divorce listing. Someone said every time the house was being shown, there was water in the basement, but it didn't make sense because it hadn't rained. But then they later on found out that the wife, was turning on the water hose and flooding the basement.
Okay, hold on. For those of you who didn't, for those of you guys who probably didn't hear her, she said that there was a divorce story. So the sellers had a house on the market, and every time they went to show the house, there was water in the basement, which didn't make any sense because it wasn't raining at all, right?
That is
So they found out that the wife kept on turning on the hose in the basement, so it looked like there was water, so no one would buy the house.
That's a shame.
funny.
See what I mean? Because they be
People
trying
are
to stay together.
Right.
They were trying to stay together.
We gonna keep
People
this
are
house.
petty. People are petty. It's like,
You have any other
that is
questions?
funny.
No more
That's
questions?
it. But can you imagine?
Wait, just confused. Like, where is it coming from?
I don't know. Some people just work against themselves sometimes.
They
and
want to
then
get back
some-
together. Well, she
Well,
did.
Maybe.
You ain't
Me?
taking this
You ain't taking this real quick because we have not finished this hot girl summer
Yeah.
list, and today
We gonna finish.
we should have had Patrons for those that
shoot.
can admit. But before we get into it, we got some things. Wait, should we show the listings first or go to the hot girl summer?
Let's do the listings.
Okay, so we're gonna start with. Woo!
Okay, no problem.
Tell us about this fabulous rental, girl.
It's just a rental. I have really great faithful clients who like to purchase with me multiple times. So this is I think their first house, their second house that we're now selling, or they're upgrading. They're buying another property. So it's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath in East Orange. It's in the downtown area, downtown section. It's going for $1,700. If anyone has any questions or wants to take a tour of it, I have a number for my team, 646-665-1525. Feel free to call, text anytime. Yeah, that's basically all.
I didn't know it was in East Orange. We may have to.
Oh,
check.
the East Orange?
It's in East Orange.
How much is it?
It's $1,700. 3-bedroom, 1 bath.
Y'all got somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
Ready?
I was like,
Let's make this happen.
You said downtown. I was
I'm
like,
sorry. It's in the downtown area. It's off of Central Avenue.
Okay.
I'll text you guys the address and everything.
yeah. We even got some more rentals. People always ask. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a rental right now for my client, but in
Who?
Bergen County.
Nice.
Who is this sexy lady right here?
I also have a rental. It's actually a 3-family home. The second floor has 4 bedrooms.
Whoa.
Right, yes, spacious
Jesus
living
Christ.
room, eating kitchen, and that's going for $2,200.
That's nice.
So it is available immediately. Any questions? Email me, contact me 908-343-4613.
Where's that again?
That's in Linden.
Linden.
Also, guys, we just wanted to let you know when you are interested in renting with a broker, it's wonderful, right? Because we have access to things that you don't. But there is a broker fee, and it's 1 month's rent.
1 month.
So that's why sometimes people are, I guess, diverted in working with like a broker. But we got stuff that you can't see.
Right.
So come on over and pay that 1 month broker fee.
And it also depends on the area because in my area a lot of the landlords are paying the fees as well.
Yeah, that's
So-
true too.
Right, they
It's
pay
true.
the
Or
fee, but it's
splitting.
Or
definitely
split.
still a fee. You know,
Yeah, there
it's
is a
still
fee. Yeah, the
It's just a
realtors
matter
get
of
paid.
who's paying the fee. And
yeah.
the reason they're going with realtors is because we do a more in-depth
Right.
look into the tenants for them.
Screening.
We're doing screening
Mhm.
as far as background, credit,
Mhm.
Getting their
job,
paychecks. It's a lot
evictions,
of
paychecks.
work.
Mhm.
You know, and aside from showing the property
Right, I
for
was
them,
gonna-
they don't
yep.
have time to show it 50 times a day.
Yep.
50
all
calls.
day, 50
Yeah.
calls. So that's the reason why they're going with the realtor. And you know, it's a hefty amount to move in. I might add, it is, but it's beneficial towards the landlord.
It's true. So that's first month's rent, a month and a half security,
Mm-mm.
and the broker fee. So it's 3.5 times,
The rent amount.
that you are seeking to rent.
Mhm.
I have 10 Norwood that is finally showing. We all know when you're selling a multifamily, you have to get the tenants on board. So the tenants are finally on board, and I'm so very, I'm so very happy because I'm always on the other side saying, "Dang, the tenants don't show the properties." Have you guys experienced tenants
All the
just
time.
not
Yeah,
cooperating?
all the time.
You have any
Yeah.
tenant stories that you guys want to share?
Well, I just want to talk to the tenants real quick. I just need to plead to the tenants real quick. Guys, listen, okay? If the owner of your property is selling the home, right? You have to think about it like this. Eventually, somebody's going to buy the home.
Right.
And you're going to make it like really hard for a new landlord to purchase the home. You guys are already starting your relationship
Boom.
off kind of bad.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
like,
First
and
one
we
to get
understand. Right. Basically,
Right.
you are the
Asking
first
for a
one.
friend.
Right. First one going.
First one got to go. Like, I didn't like that one. They would have let us see the
Right.
house.
Put it right in the contract.
But I mean, like, you just really have to understand that people do need. Y'all
I'm rolling because it's true.
It's true.
It is.
Sorry, Sheree.
It is okay, because trust me and believe me, I understand. But you guys gotta understand though, you're already messing up the relationship because they have to get in there, they have to view the property, they have to do inspection and everything like that. And we understand that you guys need privacy, but if you guys give a certain time, like, okay, the house will be available Friday, Saturday, and Sunday between 2 and 5 o'clock. We'll put, you know,
but then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday come and they still don't show.
Right.
Not these tenants, but I'm just saying tenants in general.
Right.
Yeah, we're not talking about her tenants. We like her tenants. They're letting us show.
I'm not talking about Norwood.
But like
I don't want no problems.
Right. But like I'm saying, put yourself in their shoe. Eventually, one day, hopefully, you guys would hopefully own a home, right? Or you're looking one day to purchase a home and you would like to have access to the property that you're purchasing and be able to do the inspection and the appraisal and everything like that. And you don't want people to, you know, not allow you to view the home that you're going to be showing. So just think a little bit outside of the box and say maybe one day you're going to be getting ready to purchase a home and you don't want someone blackballing you from seeing the property.
Right.
Or how about, you know, just because the sellers are selling the home, that does not necessarily mean you as the tenant have to relocate.
Right.
Sometimes most 95% of the time, I'm going to bump it up to 98. It's an investment property. They're utilizing that property for rent roll purposes only. So please do not be in fear. Because I was about to start paying the hourly rate. Like, can I see a house for $10 an hour? But then someone told me that minimum wage went up to $15. So I had to rethink about my life. Because I don't think I want to pay you $15 for 5 minutes. But if I got to do what I got to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Might got to run an Uber trip right quick. So I can pay the tenant. Have you experienced some tenant issues?
Yes, I definitely did. So I just want to say to a tenant out there, just because you stop someone from seeing a house doesn't mean that they're going to buy it. A lot of the times I've sold a lot of homes just because the tenant was so difficult, sight unseen.
Right. It'll get sold.
It will get sold. I even had a tenant where he actually tried to stop the CO. He called the town.
What?
And he told him not to come because he thought that was going to stop the sale. I don't know.
What was he afraid of? He
getting-
was like,
getting-
he was holding on to the house.
getting evicted and
Oh,
and see that and that's the thing,
wow.
and like kind of like what Shireen says, it's not even about you in the future, but it's like you're setting a precedence for your new landlord. So a lot of times, like, you play these games, and that infuriates them even more, and that's grounds for eviction. So you have to be.
Gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go. So you have to be really, really careful, and that's our job to protect our clients and to document everything. So yeah, if you make our jobs harder, like, help us help you. That's all we're saying at the end of the day. Help us help you. But yeah, I've had a guy, he tried to stop the CO. It was crazy. They came to the door, and I'm like, listen guys, we couldn't even put any smoke detectors, anything. They're like, you know what, man, we already know. He already called us to stop us from coming here. Yeah, we're just gonna, we understand the situation. We're gonna do what we have to do. And I was like, okay, fine, So it's gonna get done regardless.
Tenants, just please cooperate.
Yeah.
Please. Sheesh. I have bought wine, though,
everybody's life
for
easy.
tenants.
Oh, that's sweet.
Maddie bragging it.
Be begging.
She brown nosing.
Like,
Listen,
have dinner.
right now.
Please, can I show you a house?
Yeah.
Listen, my bills come every 30 days. I don't got time to be playing because you don't want to Because you don't want to play.
So listen, if Maddie has your listing, you can get wine, you can get money.
Oh no, don't tell him that. Oh,
Call
girl.
Maddie.
Poor Maddie.
Girl.
She pay you to show your house.
That is not true, but I will get you a bottle of wine because $15 is steep.
Yeah.
Sheesh. All right. We
have
have
any
some
other
more
questions?
questions, Miss J. Because you writing over there,
Right.
babe.
We have one question, and it is, as a collective, will there be any networking/real estate events coming in the future for you ladies?
Oh.
There's one tomorrow. Wait.
for us per se, though?
Oh, y'all want to do something?
Y'all want to hang out with us?
Sure.
We'll do
We
a
didn't
little
think
meet and
about
greet.
it, but
That's something we can put together.
yeah. Can we get a high five on that?
Yeah. Wait, where's my-
Yes. Sure. Can I get a high five? If you guys requested, sure. You know what? Because I know Makita, the CEO from Illinois, does like a panel of women just in real estate. So maybe we can look into that at the top of the year.
Yeah, kind
Nice.
of like a little meet and greet.
Yeah,
You guys
that's
can come
cool.
out, ask your questions live.
It's nice.
That'll be really dope. I would love to do something like that. I would love to.
Hi, William.
Absolutely.
Hey, Will.
I don't know. William got some abs.
Oh,
God.
speaking
Sorry.
of multis, Kat, you had a question.
We were talking earlier about, I think it was a two-way question. Is it easier to buy multifamilies or single families? The way I took that question is that I think it's easier to buy a single family as far as relating to what we talked about, access to it. It's easier to have access to a single family. Most times they're vacant. You're not running into issues with the tenants. The market is saturated with single families, opposed not too many multifamilies are available. So your options are, you have more options as far as a single family. So in my opinion, I think it's easier to purchase a single family opposed to a multifamily for the access part of it.
Yeah, and in today's market, the multi-families, especially in some areas, are getting like the multiple bids, and they're going way over asking. It
over.
really, really
They're
depends.
not
benefits,
So-
right?
That's not even the praise.
Right. The benefits of a multi is totally different now. You're way above asking price, so your return is not as much as it would have been had it not been the market that we're experiencing right now.
I agree.
So I do think it's easier to buy a single family.
But mortgage-wise, basically a single up to a 4-family is pretty, I would say pretty much, not the complete same because there's a couple difference, but when it comes to like your FHA loan, you can get a FHA loan for a single family up to a 4-family.
Right.
You know, anything above that is then considered commercial, and then that's a little bit more difficult to deal with larger down payments and stuff like that.
And just to elaborate on what Shireen said as far as the mortgage being the same, for the reason is that they're using the other units as income. So that's what she was relating.
Right.
Ms. Custom Fitted, you had a question too in reference to qualifying.
Oh yeah, I was asked, what's easier to qualify for? Is it easier to qualify for a single or a multi? And that question is very twofold. When you buy a single family, they're going to basically use your income to qualify you. When you buy a multifamily, like you said, they're going to use the other rental income to qualify you. They're going to add that to your income. However, when you go, I believe, above a 2-family, then it has to rent roll. So basically, if you didn't live in any of the units and all 3 units were rented out or all 4 units were rented out, the total amount of rental income has to be, they'll take 75% of that, and that has to cover your PITI, which is your principal, interest, taxes, and your insurance. So that payment has to basically equate to at least 75% of the market rents or the current rents in the particular property. So it's really tricky. Like that's why I think you have to speak to a professional, because we kind of know all of these tricks. I think the easiest thing to qualify for is a 2-family. Because again, sometimes with the 3 and 4 families, they want you to have reserves and all of that
Like
stuff.
3 to 4 months, they say.
Yeah,
right?
so I've even seen up to 6 months.
Three to
Yeah,
six.
Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Plus the down payment, plus the closing costs.
yeah.
Plus
Well,
the-
yeah,
plus the
right. The
plus.
closing costs you can like wrap in, but yes, you definitely need the down payment. You can ask for the seller's concession. I mean, not you can. Well, you could also wrap it in too. The lender can give you a credit.
Depending.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's take a quick vote.
mhm.
As a first-time home buyer, should I buy a single or multi? Let's start with you, Kat. I mean,
I would always.
It depends.
Yeah.
Like what
Yeah,
you're
it's not
looking
really
for.
Right.
no,
That
because
depends on a couple, right? Okay.
it
Right.
depends on the individual person. Because sometimes you have people who are they're just not. They don't want to deal with tenants.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say if you're looking to invest for the first time, I would say not a single family, not
Right.
a condo or a townhouse. Even though it might be cheaper, I would say definitely go for like a multi-family,
Right.
2, 3, 4 family home. But it really depends on the individual. So that again is when we sit down, we talk to our clients. Because I do have a few clients that ask that kind of questions, but you gotta figure out your client to see what they can handle, because not everyone wants someone else living in their home.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because
Especially if it's their primary residence.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you looking for primary residence or are they looking for investment?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to agree with all the ladies. It depends on the individual, and looks like we have one more question. Miss Custom Fit, you was trying to wrap up something? I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
Okay, you had a question real quick, Miss J?
Yes. How can they add it to your income if you don't have a tenant yet?
They use some market rent.
Right.
The question was how can they add it to your income if there's no tenant in the multifamily unit
Mhm.
Right.
and they add it to the
They use the market.
The market
Yeah.
value.
So
Market rent.
basically, if there are other 2 bedrooms renting for, let's say, $2,000 around that area, that is in the same shape, basically the same square footage, then that's your market rent, and that's what they're going to use.
All right, we're going to be wrapping up. We have a few more minutes left, so we're going to. Should we answer these few hot girl questions, Summers?
Well, let's try to answer at least 2, and then we'll say bye because we only got a couple more minutes.
Let me see. I don't even know if it's still up here.
We're done with questions, Miss J?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I think is it up here? No, that's somebody else's stuff. Well, I can't remember off the top of my head that list, so we'll
get back to that.
Yes. We'll get back
Before
to the
summer's
hot girl
over.
professional summer. Yes. Before we wrap up, you guys have anything else that's coming up this week?
Oh, we have one more question.
One more question.
It says, how about if a low-income tenant that has a Section 8 or something?
It's still
Both
based
same.
on the market. It's not based on what they're currently paying. It's
Mhm.
based on what the market, what's being paid in that surrounding area.
No. If there's a tenant in the property and there's a they're going to use that what that
Wait,
tenant is paying.
Repeat the question.
The
'cause
question
maybe we're-
was, what if it's a low-income tenant, such as Section 8, utilizing that apartment that you're looking to invest in?
Okay, yeah. So the mortgage company is going to base it off of what's being paid.
Yeah. It's only when the property is vacant that's when they're going to use the market rent.
So maybe it's a lender, because I
Right.
also thought it was for market rate. So maybe when we bring in our other
What
lender, we can get some clarity.
I mean, there's always lenders that will,
Right.
you know.
Depends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Does it
I'm
make
pretty
a
sure
difference?
that yeah,
Right.
I've seen a lot of stuff.
We
Yeah.
have some subjective lenders. No
rules.
one's right,
It
no one's
varies.
wrong. We just have some different lenders. We all on
Yeah.
the same
It varies.
page.
Yeah.
On the same page.
Yeah.
Same page.
I mean, there's guidelines that they have to follow. Some lenders are more strict with the guidelines, and some are not. Some, so I guess it really just depends on your lender.
And there's also options
Mhm.
if whether you're keeping the tenants or not on the property.
yeah, because if they're month to month,
If they're month to
and
month, if they're not cooperating, if the condition's not up to
Deuces.
par, you can request to have the
if they don't
property
want to show the
delivered vacant.
property, or they
That's
call the
always
town to
something.
stop the CO, then they gotta go.
Oh goodness, not good, not good. Well, guys, thank you. I think that's definitely all of the questions. I'm so happy that I'm finally learning how to work the Pro Tools.
Yes.
So, guys, we definitely look forward to seeing you guys next week at 7 p.m. with the Real Estate Divas. Again, this is
Oh, Candace Custom Fitted, Group 26 Real Estate.
Miss Madison Realty of Christie's.
Cat, my broker Callie, Remax.
And Shireen at shesells.homes. No, what is my thing?
You know what?
She sells real estate. Sorry, I've been gone a while. I've been gone for like a month, so help me out. I've been on vacation. My brain hasn't. My brain is still in Jamaica, but my body is here.
We'll see you guys all next week.
Bye.
Have a wonderful
Thank
evening.
you for tuning in.
Bye, guys.
Can you save
Let me
mine as
see.
well? Or
Thanks.
thank you.
You want yours added to your story?
Yes, you can.
The
Your
double
phone
is.
doesn't have enough storage to save it.
Oh my god. Let me see.
I'll just keep it on.
Okay.
Now hit NYG.
Send it first.
That may work. Hello. Then hit.